Good afternoon from Yummy BTV. Wishing you all well, of course. So I get round to talking about the ex-professional footballer, namely Joey Barton. Now, Joey was convicted in a courtroom the other day of assaulting his wife. So I answer the questions that some of you have been asking me and what happens next. So we'll take it all the way back to the beginning quickly. On the night in question, his wife phones the police and says that her husband, Joey, has assaulted her and kicked her in her head. Now, on examination, a bruise is found on her head, the size of a golf ball, they say. Further down the line now, we reach the court case itself. Joey Barnett pleads not guilty, saying he was in a bedroom all alone, lights out. He doesn't know what she's on about because he was completely out of the game. She retracts what she originally says and says, no, Joey has never hit her in her life, that the injuries were sustained through someone else or something else. Now, she also says, can you please dismiss this case because the effect it can have on the children and us as a family in whole and in general, and we would like to just move forward with our lives. Now, in the olden days, such matters, domestic or any case, if you retract something you originally said, the case wouldn't really go to trial or go to the courtroom. It would get thrown out before that stage, but not so these days. If there's a suggestion of a little bit of an evidence, maybe, the phone call, the tape recording, was enough for the police and the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, to pursue the matter and let the courts decide whether Joey Barton is guilty or not. Now, some saying to me that how could it be that she goes to court, says no, he didn't do it categorically, and how come they can't find him not guilty? Well, look, the reasonings that she's given for the retraction of the statement with the new statement, it's pretty obvious that the judge and jury in whole think it really is not feasible, that basically what they're thinking or saying, dare I suggest, is that you've just said, he said he's asleep, you said he didn't do it, so that means that we should just all agree with you, waste all the court's time, spend our money getting a case prepared, and then send him back home, and you just all go and live happily ever after. They've not bought what she said on the second one. Now, I think that if she turns around and says that he didn't, then the case should be thrown out because they're the only two people there, right? So that would be the reasoning behind it. Joey Barton will be appealing being found guilty because of the reasons that I've just said. So he gets a suspended prison sentence. He has other matters to go up on. I think it is in about June. As far as I know with that case, there could be that there's an out-of-court settlement with Jeremy Vine already, right? But don't quote me on that. But what we do know is he will be he's going not guilty, so he could still get found not guilty on this case coming up. Of the two ladies involved in this case, where he described them as basically Fred and Rose West and the serial killers. I scratched my head on this one a little bit. You lot read between the lines a little bit and see what you come up with. But there's also a suggestion of racialism, and we don't tolerate such things on Yummy BTV. But a lot of things get said on social media. I just don't understand why, if you look at everything in its whole worldly, whatever, many cases could reach a courtroom by way of Twitter and things said on social media. But like I said, he hasn't been found guilty. But the big question you're asking me, and it's an important one, for those that know already how it works, it might not matter to you, but the people that don't know that are asking me, if he gets found guilty on those charges that he has to face, can they add the suspended prison sentence that he received for allegedly assaulting his wife onto the new one? The answer is no, they cannot. Simply because he's got the suspended prison sentence. He's not in breach of it yet because he hasn't committed an offence since he has got the suspended sentence. But it's quite possible that he could get a prison sentence for the new stuff and let the suspended sentence run while he's serving for the new offence. So I think that could be a possibility. I don't think he goes to prison for those tweets. And I think the judge would have been mindful of an outstanding court case on this matter with his wife and what's in front of him in May or June, that he might have put off sentencing to wait for the outcome of that trial coming up with those two ladies. So it wasn't in his mind. So therefore, he deals with that now, and whoever's going to be dealing with that will deal with that. But my reckoning is he doesn't get no time in prison on this occasion, all right? I think I've answered those ones. I'm coming up again with another video shortly.